5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the episode of TigerBelly. I am your captain, and I'm your leader, Bobby Lee. And I have my beautiful girlfriend, Khalyla Kuyun, and we've got Gilbert. And let me say, before I introduce our guest, I just want to say that this has been a dream of mine. Whenever I see Margaret, I just get gaga. Do you feel that from me, Margaret?
Yeah, well, it's always an honor
To feel gaga from you.
It's very, it's well, as you should, because I'm a little bit older than you.
That is true.
You should show that Nuna respect, but not that much respect, because I'm just a Nuna, not Ajima, or I'm not.
I don't look at you as an Ajima or a Nuna.
Or a Como.
No, you're not a Como. You're not a Como at all.
Como?
Como.
Grandma?
It's an aunt.
Oh, an aunt.
An aunt.
Is that what you say, Kunimo?
Kunimo.
Yeah, Kunimo. You're not a Kunimo to me.
Not an emo. Emo is an aunt on your mother's side.
No,
Como is on your father's
You're more like
side.
Hananim.
Hananim.
Hananim means God.
Sonnim.
He's saying yes.
He's like, yes.
Sonnim. I'm just a guest. Sonnim.
So we have Margaret Cho. Give her a round of applause, everybody. Let's do that.
Thank
Why don't we
you.
do that? Gilbert,
Thank you very much.
clap your hands, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Gilbert,
you.
you're gay Filipino.
Not true, but that's okay.
Gochu mani mo.
I don't know what you said, but I know the motion.
Oh yeah. Mashi soyo
He said you eat a
A
lot,
lot of dicks. Yeah, I got the cock part.
And
The
that
cock
they're-
part was
they're-
obvious.
That they're very delicious.
Oh yeah.
The dicks that you eat
Yeah,
are delicious.
I don't eat bad ones. They're
Yeah.
delicious.
The
The good
delicious
kind.
ones.
Yeah,
the good kind.
This is my girlfriend Khalyla. She's also Filipino.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Very lovely lady.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Margaret.
pretty.
And I have to
you.
say this is that the reason why I get gaga is because of the fact that I don't know if I'd be doing stand up without you, because I think in the mid 90s, maybe 94, I saw you on your HBO special, and you were young. I'd never really had heard of you before, and I was watching you, and I go, it was the first time you saw somebody that Asian, and also specifically Korean, that had a voice that you could relate to. Because I had seen Tamayo Atsuki on something, and she had a thick accent. I love Tamayo.
She's great.
She's great.
She's amazing.
She's insane
also.
and funny.
Yeah.
But I didn't really relate to her. And Johnny Yoon was a little way too old for me.
He was older.
But here's a woman that's a girl who's Korean, who is hip and, attitude and very American. And I was just like, oh, she's the female version of me. And a year later, I started doing stand-up.
I love that. I love that. It's so nice. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, and you and I are very similar in many. We've struggled with things.
Yeah, lots of different things for sure.
Yeah.
Lots of different things.
Yeah, yak.
Yuck.
What's
Yuck.
yuck?
Yuck.
Yak.
What's
That's
that?
yuck.
Medicine.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Medicine.
Sometimes we need medicine over the years.
Yeah.
We've needed it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And 나 약 많이 먹었어 나.
많이 먹었어. 괜찮아.
야, 괜찮아?
다 끝났어. 그런 거 다 끝났어.
So many subtitles to edit for that.
나 고추 먹어 지금.
그냥.
I went to dick.
그냥. 근데 괜찮아.
괜찮아? Yeah. So you just got sober again. Can I say that? Ask you that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sober.
What?
I'm a sober lady.
How did? Because when I met you, you were sober.
Yeah, I was sober a long time.
So what happened?
Well, I just didn't think that it applied to me anymore. After you have a long time without any drugs or alcohol, you kind of think, why don't I get to do this? And it had to do actually with marijuana becoming legal for medicinal purposes in California, and I became very curious about that. And so I got a prescription, and then, they do say that it's not a gateway drug, but actually for me it is, because I thought, well, if I do that, then everything else I can do also, which is drinking and using a lot of different drugs. But, it doesn't really work with my métier. I'm not built for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, did you right away, like, you smoked pot and they were like, how long did it take you to do other things?
It took a while.
Yeah.
It took a good long while to start doing other things. But when I started, then I found that I kept just decreasing my need for marijuana and increasing my need for other things that, were not so positive, things like opiates and benzodiazepines and alcohol in combination, in concert with each other.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
Yeah.
And especially if you like around the early 2000s, you could get whatever you wanted online. They weren't really regulating anything, and you could sort of get whatever drug you wanted, including things, like replicates of Quaaludes that they were making in India, things that have no medicinal value. At least for whatever it's worth, there were some traits of like certain prescription drugs that I guess were of some assistance, like Xanax or Percocet, but like you don't abuse them, and you certainly don't take them with alcohol.
Yeah.
So I just did a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I missed that boat.
Yeah.
I got sober in the early 2000s, and you told me that when we were eating at Greenblatt's one night about the internet, and I was just like, oh, I could have died maybe, because I had to. There's this guy named Paul Vato, and he's this fat Mexican dude who he's a Second City guy, very talented, very funny guy. But I would have to. He would get. I don't know how he got it, but he would come to my house with like 200 Vicodins.
Oh, he's your dealer.
In a bag though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he would just hand it to me. I would give him money. And then sometimes he would be on the road. I couldn't get any, so I had to resort to other things. But if I would have had the internet, I don't know.
You don't know how to use a computer, though. Thank God for that. He doesn't.
What do you mean?
We were at Best Buy yesterday, and I said, open a new folder.
Uh-oh.
And he doesn't know, like, basic.
Yeah.
He just iPad and smartphone. You're like Hillary.
Bitch.
She would
She
use
doesn't
those
know.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, she
antiquated
doesn't know.
Blackberries, and she would
Right.
always
Oh,
have a
that's right.
staff member buy those antiquated Blackberries because she didn't know how to do anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even like a desktop.
Well, that's
Right.
what the email stuff was about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
of her ignorance of technology and
Yeah.
stuff, right? So they just kind of
Yeah.
went, they didn't know. They were doing it
What is
innocently.
worse that she is?
Let me just say this. I would be able to fucking figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you say that I wouldn't be able to figure it out. I would call somebody and go, how do you do it? Or I would go, Duncan, come to my house, get me Vicodin, and he would do it. God.
God.
She just gets me like, you know what I mean? She provokes me.
You get mad. You can't get mad.
I
She's
don't
so
know. I
pretty.
love her. No,
He's not.
She's so pretty. You can't get mad.
He only pretends to get mad around people, but he never gets mad.
I'm never been mad. I mean,
No.
she sometimes says things that are bothersome.
I think that,
You do
Ditto.
bothersome things, you know.
Wow.
But I
No.
swallow like
but we've been together long enough to where it's like everything just
like
one ear out the
yesterday
other.
I was smoking a cigarette outside.
Mm-hmm.
I put it out. I blew out the rest of the smoke out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Right. Then I walk in the car, and she goes, "You're trying to kill me, huh?"
That's not
Something
what
like
I
that.
said.
Yeah. What did you say then?
That's not what I said. You brought the cigarette in with you, you asshole.
You still
I have asthma.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
asthma.
can't smoke around her.
Oh. Well, you okay?
I smoke though.
Now she's That's good.
No, my best friend smokes, but
Yeah.
she's so considerate about
Yeah.
where she
I'm
is
sorry,
around
baby.
me.
I will
Yeah.
never do. Ow. I'll never do that again. This is my longest relationship.
That's good. That's good. That's
I've
good.
never been able to do them before.
The long relationship. Why not?
About 2 years, I get I just kind of get not bored, but bored.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because there is an excitement, as we've talked about it, Khalyla and I, when you meet somebody for the first time and that
Yeah.
initial bullshit fantasy shit that you go through, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 months goes by and you're like, I fucking hate this person, you know?
Oh no.
But I never had that with her. With Khalyla, it's
Yeah.
been like, I want to be with her.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but I'm in uncharted territory, really, to be honest with you.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean,
That's really
you're not in a
wonderful.
relationship.
No, I'm not.
You're done.
I think for now, I mean, I enjoy being. I haven't been single since I was 5 years old.
What? 5 years old.
I've always had some somebody since I was 5.
Oh, like, were you talking about your brother then?
No. I had a boyfriend when I was 5. My first boyfriend.
You did?
His name was Marco. We were together until we were 6.
Then you had a boyfriend 6.
And he moved to New York, or his family moved to New York.
Yeah.
So then I had another boyfriend when I was 6. I wasn't cheating on Marco.
Yeah, you had broken up first.
No
We had
overlap.
there was no overlap.
Yeah.
We had broken up. We never really broke up, but he moved. And so I met a new guy
Yeah.
at my school because I had changed. I
No, I'm
changed
listening.
schools
Yeah.
because I wasn't in kindergarten anymore. So
Sure.
now I had gone to first grade, and I was 6, and I met Brian, and he and I would play Batman under the jungle gym. So we had our area where we were. And so consistently since 5 years old, I've had a relationship going.
You're saying that you don't know what it's like to be by yourself.
Single.
I have never been. I
You've
mean,
never been?
no. Well, since I was single when I was 4.
Yeah.
That was the
What a
last
wild
time.
time
Yeah, it's
that
been a
was.
while.
Yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a good 44 years.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what,
because
is,
you. Yeah.
what does that feel like when you're finally,
Oh, it's great. I could sleep in the middle of the bed. I
Yeah.
inch my body all the way to the middle.
Yeah.
And it's really fun.
She does this thing. It drives me fucking crazy.
I love how he's just going.
I love
okay,
you.
Go ahead. Just
No, it's out of
unload,
love.
unload.
No, it's not
Oh,
unload.
Bobby.
But I'm just saying she does this thing where her little fucking jungle toes, right? Her little,
Your jungle
her little
toes.
He
Asian
calls
jungle.
Filipinos
Filipino.
jungle people.
Jungle.
Yeah,
Oh.
jungle.
Well, that's
Can I just ask you a question?
Yeah.
I don't want you to agree with me.
No,
All right.
no.
May I ask you a question,
yeah,
Margaret?
yeah, of course.
Is the Philippines in the jungle?
There
There is jungle there.
I guess so. Yeah.
No, there's no guess.
I don't know.
It's factual. It's a factual thing.
It's
We
a
have
jungle.
jungles.
Yeah.
They have
Plenty.
jungles, right?
Yeah.
And there are people.
Uh-huh.
I put them together.
Jungle people.
Jungle people.
the jungle people.
It's not racism. It's a factual thing.
Okay.
In many ways, Eskimos are snow Asians. Right? They're from the
Yeah.
snow.
Yes.
Right? That's not offensive. But there's something about the word jungle that makes people go crazy.
Because you associate it with
Vietnam
probably
War?
apes and monkeys and things that are just a little bit like wild creatures. And we have a lot of we're a metropolis, Manila and
There's
Cebu are
city-
big cities.
There's cities.
There's not a
I get it.
There's also tree people though.
Yeah. There are also
There's
tree people. there. Like you see that that show Body Bazaar?
Oh, yes.
What is that?
We have
Oh,
to
I've never
tell
seen
Margaret
that.
about that.
It's what's the show? Life?
It's on, I think it's on
Discovery.
TLC.
No, it's on Discovery.
Oh, it's on Discovery.
And it's people with like, you know what I mean? They're born with a mutation.
Yeah.
You know, like weird diseases and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a guy with his eyes on the back of his head. And
Oh,
he has 9 legs and he's
wow.
walking around. Yeah.
There's a woman in China who has her feet completely backwards, so she's had to learn to walk forward with backwards feet.
Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That's really weird. Oh, I think I've seen that with the guy that is his head is upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's so intense.
That's so intense.
You mean like
right?
head, like the mouth is at
upside
the
down.
top, and it's
So
this whole
his
turn?
neck bends backwards
Yeah.
onto
Yeah.
So he's
his
like
back,
his-
like when you're doing a limbo, but an overstretched like limbo.
Oh shit!
So his head is like, so his neck is like the top of his head.
Yeah.
And his
Oh.
head is in the back. Like, it's very intense.
And then I get suicidal because I have a bad audition.
Oh, you were telling me about this earlier.
You know, like I.
Yeah,
you
no, I know.
I'm watching that show
I
last
feel it.
night, going,
yeah.
"What am I? Look at this! Look at. I can do this."
Yeah.
Jazz
Some-
fingers.
yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That lady in Thailand, she has elephantitis of the arms.
Uh-huh.
She can't do this.
No, she can't.
Yeah.
She can't.
She can't.
And she sells candy on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Like of all the professions,
Yeah.
when you have like the largest hands in the world, maybe not sell like the,
tiniest.
tiniest little candy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
Oh
You know?
man.
it's got to be hard.
Yeah. Like sell like mammoth tusks.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, something.
Rhino
You can-
horns.
Yeah, right. You know, something that fits the arms. Really,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Is that rude? Is that rude?
No.
No, I don't. I don't
But
think.
we should do that more as people. Compare ourselves. Like we've got it good, right? Or,
We've got it pretty good. I mean, even compared to like Koreans in Koreatown. Like, we don't have to work. We don't have to work
yeah.
in a store
Yeah.
of any kind.
Yeah. But I want to make that argument.
What?
Let me just make the argument.
Yeah.
is that because people say that a lot, like you're lucky, you know, you don't have a day job, and you don't have to, you know, dig holes. But it's like
Who digs holes for a job?
whatever. Whatever. I don't know what job what
Hole digger.
what do construction people do? They dig holes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
true,
dig
yeah.
some holes,
Some of
yeah.
them. Yeah.
Sometimes.
But also, as Margaret knows, and I'm just saying that it's not as if I won this job in a lottery. You know, I signed up. I went through years of struggling. I just want to throw that out there. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, but also I don't do enough of me going, I should just be grateful that I can breathe and I can see
Yeah.
and I can hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be grateful for those things. And with that, we don't have to work in a piano store in Koreatown.
Are those the worst?
Yeah.
That's the worst, the piano store, because
What?
there's so many piano stores. So you could be really aggressive
Yeah,
about, you know, your pianos.
It's a niche.
Yeah.
And they're all the same.
Yeah.
Also a wig store.
Oh,
A
wigs,
lot of
yeah.
Korean wigs.
I was born in a wig store.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was born inside literally a wig store.
Yeah.
And my cradle, is it what they call them?
Cradle, crib.
Crib?
I call it cradle.
The cradle.
Because of the lullabies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know
okay,
what I mean?
yeah,
We
yeah,
have
yeah.
the old lullabies. And my cradle was in the mannequin storage room.
Not creepy.
Oh, my
With
God.
the broken ones.
Not creepy.
Oh,
at
Right?
that's
all.
so
So there was
creepy.
like 50 like mannequins staring down at me, right? And I'm a little baby.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's why you're scared of white people.
That's great.
The white man that's over you the whole time.
Maybe that's right.
Right.
That's
I'm so
right.
scared, man.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
so scared of George all
George
the
and
time.
Bryce.
And Bryce all the time.
This guy's
my
like,
goodness.
hello, Bobby.
Yeah. I'm intimidated by white people because of that experience. But and then I saw. Were your parents violent, or strict in that way?
Oh, yeah, yeah, totally. But then they were also pretty busy. So they were more abandoning than they were, because they were never around. Because there was always working to be done. And when my generation, we never had babysitters. So I remember
Right.
just being alone in a house. And I was like
Damn.
5 years old, which is so crazy to think about now.
Yeah, it's crazy to think they are.
But now I was just like by myself,
oh my god,
using the stove and shit.
they owned a.
But you had a boyfriend, so
I had a boyfriend.
7-year-old.
But they also
Yeah.
owned. What was it? Porn?
They had a gay bookstore which had porn in it, but only gay porn, no straight porn.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, that makes
wow.
sense.
So it was all gay erotic novels, a lot of
Ooh.
Tom of Finland picture books and photography books, and
Yeah.
so there was a lot of really like confused my mom, like looking at these. Like, you know how that Korean
I
noise
love that. Yeah.
that they would make,
Yeah.
like it was hot, like
Yeah.
physically hot, like it burned her.
How did two Koreans choose that? How did they choose that over everything else?
I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
like like when Filipinos point at things with their lips.
Lips?
Yeah.
You guys did this.
yeah.
You
It's
guys
the-
go.
We go.
Yeah. Yeah. They do a lot of that. Oh my. Oh yeah. Yeah.
죽겠어.
Yeah.
아, 죽겠어.
The worst one they said 죽어버릴게야.
What is that?
죽어버릴게야, which means I'm gonna kill you
Oh.
and then throw you away.
Yeah, 죽어버릴.
Wait, throw you
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
죽어버릴 거야.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I understood what that meant, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
I'm
isn't
gonna
that
kill you.
child
and-
abuse?
Yeah,
Throw you away.
Not just
kill you and
kill-
throw you away.
Throw-
Dispose
Yeah,
of your
dispose-
body.
Yeah, dispose of the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just kill me. You know what I mean?
Throw me away.
Yeah, but they want to hide the body so they don't go to prison.
Because they're smart.
Yeah, they're
fucking
smart. They're smart. Yeah. You know what? I talked about this on a podcast once. When like your Korean parents meet like your friend and they
Oh, yeah.
dismiss them.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
hey, this is Charlie. Okay. It's good. Okay. You know, they don't. They don't even want to lock eyes.
yeah,
And you know, acknowledge them as a human being.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's so weird. But so they had. Is that why? Because you have a huge LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what? I mean, because you talk about that in your act.
Yeah, and I'm also bisexual, so that there's also that there's a lot of that I brought into, which is great about growing up in the gay community because I knew where I fit in. But also, like my very early material was about growing up in that gay bookstore and being around that and talking about gay stuff, which in the 90s wasn't really very popular for comedians. You certainly didn't see a lot of that.
Also, seeing an Asian American woman doing it was so groundbreaking.
I mean, even for me, I went to go see your taping for your special in the Long Beach Convention Center.
Oh wow, yeah.
I think that was in 2008.
Probably
2009?
2008.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah, and listening, I had brought my best friend Jessica with me, who had never seen you do stand up before, and she's a Korean girl, and she left there and she was never the same. Like, she thought that she was allowed to just fuck just about everybody that she ever met, because she's always kind of been like, you know, sexually more like conservative and whatnot. And you see an Asian woman talk about it so freely, and it kind of just opens you up in a different way, especially for her and I being, you know, just young 20-something Asians. We're always told to kind of be mum's the word when it comes to like your sexuality.
Of course.
And it just broke us open, like seismically too, when we became whores in our 20s. You know, and it was really...
You make Khalyla a whore.
but
I love you.
but in a really nice way.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's
Became
wonderful.
horse.
I think that's great.
Yes,
I think it's great to be free and to feel good about it. You know,
Would that make, because I've had gay experiences, would that make me a bisexual or not?
Maybe.
only if you wanted to continue.
But I don't want to.
Then no.
Then no.
I don't want to.
Then yeah.
I mean, I admit to the ones that I've done. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean? I have no anal. You know what I mean? But I've sucked. No, I haven't. But I've sucked a lot of PPs. But before the, why are you looking at me like that? All right, don't look at me that way. Before I was the age of 12, 13.
That doesn't count.
There, thank you.
It doesn't.
I'm
right.
heterosexual.
No.
We talked about
I
it.
know
Well, he's lying.
This
It
whole time
actually
I knew
went
it.
up to like
Heterosexual.
17, 18, according to your brother.
No, my brother fucking doesn't know. How could I? First of all, I was 17 when I got sober the first time, and I stayed sober for 12 years. I didn't do it every time I would
I'm
have.
not judging. I mean, if you did, it's fine. I don't
it's
care.
fine. I don't. You know.
It has no bearing on my how I feel about you.
I know.
Aww,
I was just asking.
That's nice.
You can take as much dick as you want, babe.
Okay.
I'm cool.
What's your voice?
I'm fine.
Jesus.
But you know what? When you were talking, I was thinking, you see shows now like Fresh Off the Boat, Ken show. That's to me not my experience. There isn't a show that shows like, because the Asians I hang out with, these ones, I have hundreds of other ones. David Cho's a good friend. My brother's one, you know, and we're more this. You know, our experiences.
Yeah.
We need to get something on the air
Yeah.
that shows that.
I would think that, you know, it should happen. I mean, it should have happened by now, but we should do it. I mean, there's definitely a rebellious streak in people like yourself and me and of course, David. And we don't see that yet.
Yeah.
You know, somebody that's just really, you have to be such a rebel to break out of the culture that we come from.
Yeah.
You know, and even David, like I saw his documentary, I was shocked at how much deference he had for his family and how much of a sort of a church boy, like a Moksanim's boy he is too.
Yeah.
But to be so incredibly bold and driven and different and really irreverent as he is.
Yeah. But that's been my experiences with Koreans, though.
Yeah.
But maybe, you know, I just have a specific kind of experience because I'm in show business or whatnot, and these are the kind of Koreans I meet.
Yeah.
But generally, even before I did comedy, the minorities that I would meet were more my type.
So you're saying that we're the jungle Asians.
Full circle.
We're the actual ones from the jungle. The Guns N' Roses jungle.
Yeah.
Not the literal.
But I want to say something right now, and this really made me mad. Can I lean forward?
Yeah.
I've been close to you before.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can leave.
Is Thursday, I was reading for auditioning for a movie. It was a stoner movie, and it was 5 lines.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And of course, I'm gonna read for that movie because I've really got nothing else going on, really, right? I mean, people know who I am, but I'm a stand-up, and I want to work, and so I'm sitting there with these 5 lines, and they're okay lines, and a kid walks in who's auditioning for the same part. And it was Stephen Yeun. Now, I looked at him and I go, after your audition, I'm going to yell at you outside. So I took Stephen Yeun out there. I didn't yell at him, but I went, how do you not get an offer?
I know.
Isn't that
Stephen
crazy?
Yeun. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's in the
The
big,
hottest commodity.
Hottest show right now. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
so
he's in a cultural
he's so cool.
show. He's,
love him.
I love him too.
I love
right?
him.
And he goes, dude, I got to read.
Yeah, we all have to read.
Yeah, but if that was a white dude,
Yeah.
let's be real.
That would not. He would not have to deal with that kind of shit.
He would not have to read.
No.
For 5 lines.
No, it's true.
It would have been an offer. What, he wants to do this movie, 5 lines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Offer to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he had to sign up, wait in line,
Yeah.
and I find it to be fucking crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
You know, it's like I can understand if it was me. You know what I mean? I had a point where I was hot 10, 12 years ago. You know, I do the road, I draw, it's fine. I know where I'm at. I'm not complaining. I love where I'm at. I have a great podcast. I have you, Margaret's here. I love my life, but I know where I'm at in terms of, you know, real like movies and showbiz and all that stuff, right? Him, I love him, and he's a cultural, but he's like that guy from Breaking Bad. What's his name?
Aaron Paul.
Aaron Paul.
Yeah.
Aaron Paul.
exactly.
Aaron Paul, Breaking
Exactly.
Bad.
Exactly.
Lead in movies, lead in a TV show.
Yeah, they did come out the same level. Yeah,
They
They're
are.
both the same
they
thing.
came out the
They
same
are.
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
guarantee you
true.
right now that Aaron Paul would not audition for 5
Of
lines.
course
They would
not.
still
They
have
hand, they
him.
hand it to him.
Of course not. Of course they would hand it to him. And I mean, it's, you know, to not think of this as a racist business. It's just, of course it is. It is. And the truth is that, you know, we have to read. We have to go in for things, and it's shocking.
Yeah.
It's shocking, especially for somebody like him.
Yeah.
I
thought.
can't believe that.
I can't believe
I
it
know.
either.
If you guys have to read, I mean, shit, it makes me look like my path's almost impossible.
Yeah,
You
you're never
guys-
gonna. You're never gonna. You're
I
never
don't,
gonna.
I don't
make
think I
it.
am now. I don't think I am. If you guys are fucking
You're
reading,
fucked.
You're-
shit, up,
Yeah, yeah.
down there.
I mean, no. I want you to keep going. This kid right here. We luckily
thank you.
found him, but he
Yeah.
is so talented. He's from
Yeah.
Second City in Chicago,
Awesome.
and he's very
Aw.
talented. But
But it's fucking hard now. You guys are reading shit.
well, it's
Well,
also go ahead.
You know, but it's also that there are fewer roles for Asian Americans. That's the other part of it too. And so you're constantly battling people's ideas of what we can do. You know, and it's like we have to try to expand it. That's why it's always better to just write your own projects and create your own work and just do stand-up comedy and do different things. It's hard. It's really hard.
Here's another thing that pissed me off about the audition.
What?
You know how you get so anyone listening, when you get an audition, you get a sheet. It says where it is at, who the director is, all that fucking bullshit,
Casting.
right?
Yeah.
But there's always sometimes every once in a while there's like a little specific note for you, for me. So attention, Bobby, no accent.
Why is it to you?
I don't know, but they were this audition wasn't for an Asian guy, so they had to specifically tell me that I don't have to do an accent.
As if you've.
As if I was gonna come in there and go, "Hello, everybody."
I'm a stoner. I'm so high.
You know, they had to specifically give me a note.
That seems racist to me.
You hate doing accents.
I know.
It seems
know.
pretty racist to me.
But to read it on the thing and it specifically say no accent
It's crazy.
made me think that they thought that I was gonna go in there and just like Getty Watanabe it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I love
so
Getty
great.
Watanabe.
I do too.
I love him.
I
He's
actually-
a sweet guy.
I
I don't know
think
why I
he's
just
great.
said that.
No, because of the legacy of Long Duck Dong.
Yes, that's why.
The thing about it is he's really funny.
I love him.
I think he's great.
He's a nice guy too.
He's a really nice
Yeah.
guy. But the fact is that we're not given roles that are worthy of us. We are constantly having to sort of wade through and do whatever we can.
And then when there is a role that's supposed to be for an Asian person,
They
they
give it to
change
someone
it to a white person. You know, they did that with 21. They
With
did
Tilda
that.
Swinton.
Yeah.
recently.
So she,
Doctor Strange, yeah.
Ghost in the
she
Shell. too?
contacted me. You
Wait,
know,
Tilda
this,
Swinton contacted you?
this is it was Mrs. Swan. You know, Alex.
Yeah, Alex Borstein. Yeah.
Alex Borstein. She hooked us up which is the most ironic.
What do you mean she hooked you up? Like,
She hooked
So
me.
Alex
Swan
Borstein, right?
was-
anyone knows was on
Yeah.
Mad
Yeah,
TV,
Miss
right?
Swan.
She
As
did
Mrs.
play Miss
Swan.
Swan. She's a white girl,
Yeah.
right? So she does it. To me, Miss Swan was hilarious.
I think it's hilarious.
funny to me.
Funny
I
to
like
me
it.
too.
I think it's
Yeah.
hilarious. So she said, "Is it cool if I give Tilda your number because she wants to talk to you?"
Oh my god!
And I go,
Okay.
"All right." And so then
Yeah.
Tilda emailed and eventually emailed me, and she said that she didn't understand why people were so mad about Doctor Strange, and she wanted to talk about it, and wanted to get my take on why all the Asian people were mad, and long conversation, and it was so weird,
Yeah.
and I was like. Could you please tell them not to be so? I'm like, bitch, I
What?
can't tell. I
you
don't
are
have
the
a-
president of all
Yeah.
Asians.
Yeah. Well, you are.
You are.
I am.
You are the president, American division.
But it was like,
Yeah.
I don't have a yellow phone under a cake dome. I'm like,
Yeah.
hello,
Don't be mad.
don't be mad.
It's just Tilda.
He's just
Yeah. We should though have that. There should be a
Should be
yellow
a-
phone.
Oh, yeah, represent
and-
Margaret.
It should go to Margaret's house.
and a cake dome.
Yeah, I'm nominating her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it now.
And I think everyone would hands down. You're the person.
Should we call Cape?
Yeah. We're gonna call Kate.
It's called cake.
Let's call Cape right now.
But we had a long discussion, and she also wanted me not to tell anybody, so don't tell anybody.
No, I won't tell anybody. I
She
promise.
said, don't tell anybody.
Yes.
And then but it was a long, kind of a fight about why the part should not have gone to her. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
The part should not have gone to her. And we had a fight about it, and basically it ended with her saying, well, I'm producing a movie with Stephen Yeun starring.
Oh, like I have a black friend. I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, see, I'm producing
I'm
a
paying my
film.
dues for
Yeah.
your for the Asians, so
Yeah.
therefore I can be them.
Yeah. But at least she's producing a film with him in it.
She was good in it too.
I also,
Sucks. She was
Does
good
he
in
have to read for it?
yeah,
He
five
might not-
lines. He has
had
5 lines. in
lines.
that.
He had to read.
it. Producing a film for Steve.
He had to read. She ended up playing the part.
Hey, Steven, I'm gonna do this now.
But it was weird because it was like I felt like one of not like a house Asian.
Right.
Like I'm like her
house?
servant. Like the
Yeah.
one, like the ones like when they have like a like whatever in the Raj or whatever, they would have like the house servant who
Yeah.
was sort of your confidant.
Yeah.
In all those Merchant Ivory movies and stuff that happened like in India, there was always like the those sort of servant that was close to you, and that's sort
Yeah.
of what I felt like I was following her with an umbrella.
Yeah.
Like it was a weird. I had a weird feeling about the entire exchange, especially the part of "don't tell anybody."
It's also this, as when you told me about that, we didn't get into a deep discussion about it, but you mentioned it, and I go, "Oh, they're friends."
Yeah.
But now it's not that.
No.
It's that you didn't know. I just made the assumption that you guys knew each other.
No, I didn't know her, and
Oh my
in fact,
God.
only knew her from Alex, Mrs. Swan,
This is Swan. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
The other
the other
Yeah. Well,
not Asian.
speaking of Mrs. Swan, the reason why I got Mad TV was because Mrs. Swan was leaving. Alex was leaving Mad
So they
TV,
needed-
right?
oh.
So they were like, we need, maybe try an Asian. Right? Let's
try
maybe try to get a real Asian.
This might
you know?
sound crazy, but bring a real Asian.
So 4 months into me doing, being on the show, which was terrible when I was first on it. It was terrible. But I get a call from Fox and they said, can you do Miss Swan?
Play that.
And I go, no, I will not. Number one, I can't. And number two, I won't do that. And they were like, well, why not? Because it's not my character.
Yeah.
And also, that's not what I do.
Right.
Right? But just the idea
Yeah.
that they were like, he's Asian, you know what I mean? And we own the rights to the character.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
insane.
just crazy.
So do
That's
you
crazy.
sit with all of this, lack of rules for Asians? Do you sit idly by, or do you get loud and angry? Like, what is the the recourse for? Like at this point, there's only a handful, if you really think about it, of people or voices for the Asian community that are going to really say it out loud or are bold enough to say it out loud, and you always worry about how is that going to affect your career in the long run because you don't think that, being angry is the right route.
Well, I know that Stephen Park wrote a mission statement. Did you ever read it? You know Stephen Park?
Oh, yeah, of
yeah,
course.
I love
Of
Stephen.
course, yeah.
Apparently, he wrote a mission statement and sent a letter out to agents and producers and whatnot about the plight of the Asian actor. And he was thrown out of L.A.
What
That's
year was
crazy.
this?
That remember he moved to New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With what's her name? His wife. She's a great girl. She was on Living Color too. That white chick. Anyway, he had kids with her, but he left L.A. for years, and he came back. But that's why I haven't been vocal, because when I found out that he got thrown out, like he couldn't get auditions.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that I was afraid to say anything. Now that I'm not working really that much, I might
Say all the shit
Well,
you
you
want.
knows, yeah.
It's about being funny about it too, which is so great.
Yeah.
Which you take it and talk about it in your stand-up.
Yeah, I do.
And you
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it
yeah.
really funny.
Yeah.
That's the right, I think, course of action, because you could just make it part of your work, and that's hilarious. And then also it gets the point across.
Also, I'm not that angry. Here's my point of view: is that it hurts a little bit. It's racism. I think it's racism, but because I've made a living, maybe I haven't felt the real. I feel more bad for younger Asian kids, right? That want to make a name for themselves, and it's just harder. But I felt like I've did a couple of hurdles over it. Margaret first set them up. She jumped over. I jumped over a couple, right? And I feel like it's getting a little better. Even though all these things are happening, you still have Stephen Yoon. You still have Fresh Off the Boat is a popular
Randall
show.
Hawk.
It's a network show. Randall's a great guy. Ken, it's an Asian show. So these are things that are obviously new. So I guess in that way, I'm not furious over it.
And it's getting better. And certainly what's great is that we have stand-up comedy, which is the best, because you can do whatever you want. And it's incredibly gratifying. You make a good living. And I'm just really pleased that I started off doing comedy.
That's it right there.
That's the best.
That's the fucking shit right there, man. What you just said.
Shit was at her.
I'm gonna fucking hit you in the fucking face. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
The other night, a month ago, the lineup was me, you, Ali Wong, and Steve Byrne on the same lineup.
That's so
So
cool.
cool.
It wasn't an Asian night.
No.
It was sold out. Like great other comics were on it, but we were like in the meat of the show, the lineup, and that ask any comic that was Asian, like Jackson Purdue, who's not really that Asian, but you know what I mean. Jackson.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
great.
yeah. He's great.
Yeah.
Back in the '90s, and there's no way that would have happened back then or in the '80s.
No. This was the first, and also kind of a very casual, not big deal. It wasn't an Asian show. We just happened to be there, and I mean, it's so great. And Ali is so fantastic
my
and so
God,
funny, and it's such a
amazing.
funny lineup.
Yeah.
Really, really awesome.
Yeah, and they're all in their own way strong comics, right? They're not like, back in the 80s, I'm not going to name names, but I know that there were regulars at the store that were Asian. They would just put them up just because of the color of their skin, because they want to try to diversify the lineup, but the person sucked.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names.
But you're looking at me like I know the name. Okay.
I want to, but I'm not going to.
We will not do that. We will not do that.
And this was not that. This was people that were like, oh no, these are the best people that called in.
Yeah, these are great comics.
Yeah,
they're
and we
really
want to
great
put them
comics.
on. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's really amazing.
Yeah, but that other stuff, hopefully it changes.
I think so. I think that also people will look at what you're doing and like what Ali's doing, and it ignites a whole nother generation of people who are very excited about comedy, and they want to go into comedy. They don't want to think about acting. They want not thinking about anything else. They just want to do stand-up comedy. That's really cool.
Yeah, I do every once in a while. We'll have an Asian kid go, I'm doing it because I saw you, whatever.
Yeah.
and you go, really?
Yeah.
But
It's great.
it is, a reality.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting my head out of proportion.
What do you mean?
I'm not getting ego right now.
What did I give you a look?
No, I just don't want. I don't want. She doesn't like it when I'm Miwo. You know what Miwo? You know Miwo?
Mule?
Yeah.
Mule.
Yeah, when I'm like,
He thinks when he has moments where he thinks he's a Korean Elvis.
Oh, you're better. You're better. You're much better than Elvis.
no, but every once in a while, sometimes I'm in Koreatown,
Yeah.
right? And I'll, what I mean?
Shout your name out.
And then I'll give her winks. Like if I take some photos, and I'll give her winks, and it drives her crazy. You know what I mean? I go, I'm killing it right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always killing it, but you're better than Elvis.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I just want to ask about this next thing. Did you date Tarantino? You did, right? Yeah.
Oh.
He's come by the Comedy Store too.
Yeah, I know he has. Yeah,
Hang
yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
No, I've met him. I love him.
Yeah, I
he's
love
my
him.
favorite director.
He's amazing.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, ask her that first scene in *Inglourious Bastards* between
Christoph Waltz.
Christoph Waltz
Yeah.
and that
The
French
family, yeah.
farmer
Yeah.
It's so
is
great.
so good.
It's so great.
I could watch it a million times.
Yeah. He's a great director.
He's great. But that was when you were on American Girl, and that, which I also want to talk about. That must have been a crazy time for you. I mean, you're young.
Yeah, I was super young. I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, it's good. I mean, but we had a really hard time. It was a hard show to do.
Why?
There was a lot of it was the first time you had seen Koreans in entertainment after the LA riots. The LA riots was a very big deal for Koreans. And so Koreans were very paranoid about their image. And so there was like all of this alarm about it, and all the moksaниms and everybody, they were like really concerned about how they would look. And they didn't like me because I was a stand-up comedian. I wasn't a man. I was very dirty. I was talking about gay stuff. So I was not the kind of image that they wanted to promote.
Right.
And then the show was on such a very big, it was on a very big platform, because at that time there was only 4 networks.
What network was this on?
This was on ABC.
Oh shit.
So it was a very, very big deal. And so the Korean community felt like very invested from the start,
Yeah.
and then one of the problems was we didn't have all Korean actors, which was very hard to do. We sort of tried to do that, but
let me say this
You
right now.
auditioned for it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't even doing comedy at the time. But I've tried to cast. Like I had a deal at Comedy Central. I had my own show. I tried to cast my mom and dad. We couldn't find anybody.
it's really hard.
It's really hard. I mean, you
really
used
hard.
Clyde, right?
Clyde Kasatsu.
Yeah, I love him.
He's great.
He's great, right? Clyde was the dad.
Yeah, Clyde was the
Right.
dad.
Super talented.
He's really talented. He was on he's actually had a very, very long storied career. He was on like Hawaii Five-0 and Quincy,
Yeah.
and he's in a great action movie called The Choir Boys. He's in a lot of like 70s action films, like really
He was also in Star Trek and some shit that I love. Yeah,
lots of
a
great
lot of great
shit.
shit. Yeah.
really, really great. And Jodie Long was a mom. Amy Hill was the grandmother.
Love her.
She's so
I love
great.
Amy.
I love Amy.
She's Filipino though, right?
She's half Japanese and half Finnish.
Oh.
That's how you get a Filipino.
Is that the concoction?
That's the concoction. Me and Khalyla.
Spanish.
Interesting.
You're right.
Yeah,
Spanish.
We had BD Wong.
BD.
And so
So there was only
everybody
one
different.
real Korean in it. Yeah.
And so that was a big problem. But then we really couldn't cast any Korean actors because they were all already working on other stuff.
Right.
Or they weren't in the right age range we were looking.
Sure.
And so it was very difficult.
Oh my God, I can only imagine.
Or everybody else, that all the Korean actors were either like very serious theater actors who had never done comedy. There were no comedians. So it was just
If
different.
you were to do it now, oh my God, you would be able to cast it right away. Yeah.
Yeah, you could cast a lot
I think you would be able to do it.
I
yeah.
think so, for sure. But back then, it was really very, very hard.
So you had that against you.
Yeah.
People were like freaking out about that.
It was freaking out about that. And then we had a kind of a weird mixed bag of writers, one of which turned out to be a murderer.
Oh,
One of the writers ended up killing his wife. It was super weird. He
That's why the show did not work out.
he killed his wife and put her body in the closet until it had mummified. Oh. And So we just didn't have the best writers.
And he was our
He
showrunner.
was really talented, though, right? He must have been talented.
It was super weird. The other show that he went to work on was the Bill Cosby Show, the second one, not the first
the good
Cosby
one,
Show,
yeah.
but the next one.
yeah. So he did it not during your show, but during Cosby era.
Yeah, right.
Right.
During the Cosby era.
You're right.
He killed his wife. So, but that was just sort of the caliber of people we were working with.
Yeah.
And it was just very strange.
Yeah.
It was very, very strange.
And also, did they make you lose weight, right?
Yeah, they were alarmed at how fat I was, which I actually looked back and I actually wasn't.
You weren't.
No, I wasn't. But it was that I wasn't television thin. And they were already so invested in this idea of like the kind of Asian woman that's like hot to
I just
certain.
I just fucking.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
It's crazy.
You got it. Now it's changed. I mean, like when Krista Alonso, what's her name?
Cristela.
Cristela Alonso
Yeah.
got her show.
Yeah.
I mean, she's always looked like that, you know? And
She's great.
she's
She's
great.
really
I love her.
funny. Yeah.
Super funny, but they didn't force her to lose weight.
No, of
And it
course
seems
not.
like an absurd thing to ask now.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
But I think that it still happens to some degree.
Yeah.
You know, in television for sure, and in film, of course.
If
but-
if it's like an NCIS, you know, Louisiana or something, and some girl is supposed to be like a detective, maybe
yeah,
in an action situation, but in
Drama.
a comedy, no.
no, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's really crazy. But so I was just distracted by that, and I remember like getting very sick. I was dating Garrett Wang, who was Sulu from Next Generation.
Oh, right.
You know Garrett, right?
Yeah.
You dated
Garrett,
Sulu?
Yeah.
Damn.
Not the first Sulu, but he's
Yeah,
gay.
still
Yeah,
gay.
the second
Yeah. You did the
I did.
You did a George the
I worked a lot with George. I still work with George sometimes, but no, I dated Garrett. So I remember I had lost so much weight in such a fast period of time that I was urinating blood.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
And it was like horrible. And like Garrett, I was like screaming at Garrett to do something. I don't know what he could do. Let's go into, hyperspace.
So you basically went into like renal failure.
Yeah.
What were you doing
Yeah.
to diet? Just not eating?
I was not eating. I was doing a lot of fen at the time, which is a drug that has a upper and a downer component. It's illegal now because it's just caused a lot of people heart failure. But you just didn't eat food. It was really bad. And that probably been the very early part of my drug addiction was to that drug and having to really control my body. You know, it was I just was terrified of losing the show, so I just did whatever I could to lose weight. And then that drug was out, and then the studios, you could get those drugs right by, because Disney was right by all these sort of crooked doctors row, and so I would go there, and a lot of the like different shows would go over. They would send PAs down there to pick up drugs.
Oh my God.
For your show.
Just PAs would do that shit?
Yeah,
So
they would go pick
in
up
many
drugs
ways.
for
So
you.
it was like the producers and people all knowing. Is that what you're saying?
They wouldn't know necessarily, but you could get
You can get a PA to go
you could
make
get
a run.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And because I was having all this trouble losing weight, and it was the wardrobe people who let me know there's this doctor down here who can help you out. And so, because I was struggling to get into these clothes that were so tiny. And then also the fashion in the 90s was for women to be incredibly thin.
Yeah, I'm not forgiving at all.
No, so that was part of that was the era of that as well.
Did you have a bad relationship or a good relationship with Gail Berman?
Who's
I
Gail
had
Berman?
I had a good relationship with her,
She
but
was the
I
executive producer.
I felt bad for her because she was the one who had to tell me that I was fat. She didn't want to do it.
I bet she would. Yeah,
She didn't want to do
because
it.
she's not skinny.
No, and she was so upset.
Shots fired by Bobby Lee.
She was so upset, and I feel bad because it's not really her fault. She was just a messenger,
Yeah,
and I never really got to make that right with her. I haven't seen her, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
But she's great.
Yeah, I mean, she was the president of Fox when I was on Mad.
Oh, it was one.
Yeah,
Okay.
she was the one where so that girl that I brought to the upfronts.
Which
Like the
remind us the
comedian.
story.
So I met this girl. She wanted to be a comedian, but she had never done stand up before. And I wanted to have sex with her, but she didn't. She wasn't attracted to me. physically, but she was using me to go to fucking New York.
Oh, well, that's right.
Yeah,
I
right.
know,
So
yeah.
she's like, I want to make it, and the first night we were there, I tried to make a move.
Yeah.
She's like, I just want to be friends. So now I have this girl in my hotel room for 2 days at the upfronts. So we have this gigantic dinner at, some fucking gala thing, and all the Kiefer Sutherland, everyone's there, right?
Yeah.
Because they're all on Fox shows. So we all have tables, and I don't know where she is. Like, I look over to my left, and I see her from across the fucking banquet hall.
Yeah.
She's giving her fucking business card to Gail Berman.
Gross.
Oh my God.
Going,
Gross,
I'm a
gross.
comedian, right?
God.
And I, my brother's rage.
Yeah.
You had rage.
Oh my! I fucking grabbed her wrist. Come here. Oh, sorry, Gail. Come here. You know what I mean? And I fucking dragged her back like an animal. You know what I mean? I go, babe, you don't fucking.
The president of Fox.
Sorry. You don't. That's not how you make it. You don't go to the president of Fox and try to eat dinner and give her a fucking business card.
Headshot would have been worse. God.
Oh yeah.
Oh
God.
my God.
My God. Oh, she would have died.
You would have killed her.
No, I would have taken a fuck. I would have killed her. I would have been
You
dead.
should have just completely disassociated. Okay, I don't know that girl. You didn't have to. Now you.
Oh, and she can't go. What table is she at? Oh, she's at the Mad TV table. With who? Bobby
Bobby
Lee.
Lee.
I'm fucked.
Also, they're just
No,
friends.
it's
He's not fucking her.
They're just friends.
They're just friends. He's not even fucking
He's
her.
in the friend zone. Oh my God. It was a disaster. Anyway, that's how I know Gail, and I know that she was your executive producer.
Yeah, Gail.
Nice lady.
Is a nice lady, and my friend. And I haven't seen her, but I think she's great.
She's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something right now. You know how I met Margaret?
No. I was gonna
Do you
ask
remember
that.
how?
How did we meet? I thought it was a comedy show.
This is what happened.
What happened?
So there used to be a night on Tuesday nights on Sunset Boulevard called Dublin's, and they did comedy night, and it was the hottest comedy night.
Oh, is that where
It
Dane
was
Cook used to
Dane
go up
Cook,
a lot?
when
Yeah.
Dane was on fire, and I was a regular, so I get to go up, and you showed up there, and you go, I just wanted to meet you, and I remember collapsing onto the pavement, onto my knees.
Yeah.
And I went, oh my God, what are you doing here? Like, I never thought I would like run into her in that way. I always thought, maybe we'll get a job together. I don't know,
Yeah.
But that's how. And then you invited me to your house one time. Yeah, that was nice. And then here's what made me just completely be in awe of her. She invited me to your show in San Diego. Now, when when I do stand up, I do clubs. Tops, Irvine's probably the top, which is 500 seats.
Yeah.
She sold out 5,000 people in a fucking thing.
Yeah.
It was a thing, right? And I remember waiting. I mean, I got free tickets. You got me in. I have connections, but like I remember like waiting and like going into the thing, going, "Oh my God, this is so powerful." Like I don't know if I'll ever do that, but she did it. You know what I mean? That's how much she's killed it. Do we have a question? What are we at time?
We're 53.
Abrupt, but
Well,
okay.
can I ask her
Yeah,
what
go
did
ahead.
you think of Bobby when you first met him? Like, why did you want to go see the show? Like, from
Well, I had been a fan from TV, and then I knew that you were really funny. I knew that there was like so much that I was excited to see, and then I was like, oh, well, I have to see you do stand-up. So I was excited to meet you, and I wanted to come and meet you.
Oh, crazy! Oh, it's crazy. I love your bodyguard.
is that your bodyguard? That's awesome.
We were in
Oh, it's
a.
amazing.
We were in
He's like,
San.
no.
We were in San Diego a week and a half ago, and we were at a taco shop, and Bobby was sitting down, and I was ordering at the counter, and a girl excitedly hurried over to me, and she whispers in my ear, "That's Steve Aoki, right?"
Oh my God.
That's a compliment, though.
And I said, "Yeah, go say hi to him."
Oh my God.
What did she say to you when she came up?
They were looking at me, so I
Yeah.
thought, because I walked into this taco place. I was like, yeah, they know. And then they had left and ran into her, and they were talking outside. I could see, and then she laughed. I could see her laugh outside the window.
The best thing.
Right? And then she came in. She goes, "You can't believe what just happened. They thought you were Steve Aoki." If Steve Aoki was like ate 1,000 donuts, right?
different body types.
And then got like a piano fell on his head, right? And he, you know what I mean? He got compacted into a.
Bobby Lee.
I mean, I look nothing like Steve Aoki.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I don't really know what he looks like.
He's very svelte.
Yeah.
Very
He's very
thin,
skinny,
yeah.
very skinny.
Prince of Vegas.
Do you ever get people ever say that they think you're somebody else or no?
Are you Tilda Swinton?
Yeah.
You're so good in Doctor Strange.
So good. No, they think I went to high school with them.
Oh.
They're like, oh, do I know?
My one Asian friend in high school.
Yeah.
Roger Chang.
You know, like
Yeah.
very. They think I'm somebody they know.
Yeah. And what do you say? Do you say yeah or?
I go, I don't know. I go, no. I didn't go to that school.
Fuck
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
No, I just go, no, I didn't go to that school.
But I always sometimes want to go, no, I'm a comedian.
What do you mean? Like, just straight up tell them who you
Yeah,
are?
but then I don't because it's weird.
That's when it gets weird, and I don't like when you do this. We're
What?
like, where have I seen you? Like, and they keep digging and digging, and he's reluctant to answer. But finally, he gives them his credits, and it's like, ooh,
He pulls up his
he went off the
IMDb.
deep end there. He's like, look, it's
No,
me, and he
no,
Googles
the-
himself. This is me.
Bitch, I never fucking Google myself. But I have done this where they go, what? How do I know you? And then I go, oh. And I keep throwing things out.
Yeah.
They go, no, no. And then you never get to
Something they know.
they know. And then it's like, well, I guess I don't know you. And then it then becomes this weird, like, bye.
So awkward.
So awkward. Like, I wish I didn't do that, So at the end of our episodes, we have a email that they ask us questions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
On Hopeful Advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Tilda Swinton's best friend.
Hi, I listen to your show every week. I recently moved to UK. I'm now engaged and married to an English guy. We have only been dating for 9 months and getting married in March, and his family freaked out and thought it was too soon. They decided to do a Google search and found out I used to be a webcam model, and now they disown their son and want nothing to do with both of us. I feel bad because he's always been the perfect boy honor student, best university, and great job. Please help, from Lila. So I guess trying to win the parents' affection.
Oh.
If they're not happy that she's a webcam model, and
She was one, right?
She
was one. They Googled her, yeah.
Why would they?
I'm gonna
I mean,
Google
why
her.
would they? But why would? I mean,
Why would that
What
matter?
would pique
Why
their
would that
interest?
matter?
Yeah, yeah.
why would that matter?
Yeah.
If she's making money, obviously
Yeah.
It's also not porn.
No.
I
she's.
mean, no,
Everyone's
porn's fine.
I think porn is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine, but it's not porn.
No.
It's
I
her
don't-
naked, like in front of a camera, wanting to make up. Like, dude, let me tell you something right now. If I was a female and I was hot, that's all I'd be doing. I'd have a fucking just a camera on my vagina the whole time. And just hear fucking dollar bills, just bing, ching,
Yeah.
ching. I mean, I don't give a fuck. But
So what should she tell her parents? Like, yeah.
Wait, shh.
like her,
I mean, what?
her boyfriend's parents.
Boyfriend, how do you confront that? Be like, I love you. What are you?
I think that she should stand her ground, and I don't think that she should waver and be apologetic about what she does. I think that's only
Right.
going to put her in a not in a, you know what I mean? Like, she does what she does for a living, for money. She's a good girl. She's a good person. The guy loves her. There's nothing else to it but
Yeah.
that. And if the parents are too concerned to tarnish their image, they can go fuck themselves.
And if
Like,
they're willing to lose a son and
Yeah.
a daughter-in-law from it, that's a kind of family that you don't want to impart in.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I would think that would be reasons to leave the family. That's horrible.
that's my gut. Is to
Yeah.
cut ties.
cut ties.
Just get out of the
Because
whole
there's
situation.
obviously nothing
because that's
she
just
can
the
do.
beginning.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do? Go to med school and try to prove him wrong? No.
Right.
Yeah, no.
Right.
It's also if they're that, like that picky and that like
It's
weird
judgmental,
upfront,
yeah.
judgmental in that
Yeah.
way.
You don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse later.
Yep.
Yeah, way worse.
Yeah.
So, break up with her boyfriend. Is that what you guys are
With
telling
her
this woman?
fiance?
With his fiance? With her fiance?
No, I think that he should probably just stand
should man up,
firm
yeah.
and man up and say, "Hey, this is the woman I love, and if
That's
you guys
what that's
don't
what it
accept
is.
her,
That's
Yeah.
what
I'm
that's the
sorry.
real
Tell
answer.
your boyfriend
right
to
there.
man up.
Yeah, man
Defend.
up.
You got to defend.
yeah,
Defend.
absolutely."
Because if my mom, let me tell you something right now. When Barack Obama ran, the first time, I told them to vote for Obama. They're Republicans. I go vote for them. Barack. I go okay. Like my parents.
Just say yes then.
Yeah, I have my parents on lockdown. If my parents
Yeah.
ever said anything about Khalyla, they know that they'll get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're not gonna tell me.
But your parents are also very reasonable people.
They know.
They're not reasonable.
No.
I have a leash.
I train them.
You have to.
You train
you have
them.
to.
Yes.
You have to train Korean parents.
You do, right?
You have to.
Yeah, because if you don't, then they have weird ideas about life.
Yeah. But then, like, the thing about, like, recovery, though, like, in therapy, though, like, my parents really want to be supportive of my life, you know,
Yeah.
now. But then they didn't want to go to therapy, and they couldn't make up any more excuses, so they went to Korea.
Wait, what?
They were like, I was, like, trying to make a therapy appointment with them.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, but we have to...
Go to Korea forever.
We have to go to Korea, and then so they like bought themselves like a month by going
That
to
is
Korea.
so fucking
They'll go that
funny.
far.
They'll
Yeah.
go that far.
They'll go to Korea. We cannot. We have to go to Korea. Really, last minute.
Just go for. We're just going.
We're gonna go.
Anything.
Then no, they just got back, so now they have to go to therapy.
Oh,
Now they
wow.
can't go again.
Yeah. But even when you were getting sober before, they never went?
They went and they really hated it.
I'm sure they did, yeah.
Because they were like so freaked out by the
Yeah.
process because they like Korean people don't talk about their feelings
No.
at all. Like even to the like there's bad like there was like this suit. I remember this guy like this family had gotten like a white carpet. This is a family like in our we're not related to them, but they were like family in their class of coming over to America. And they got a white carpet, and one of the dads killed himself, shot himself.
Oh, God.
And the
He was a
blood
Korean guy?
Korean guy. The blood got all over the carpet, and they didn't do anything about it. They cleaned it as best they could, but they just left the stain.
Oh.
They just kind of just
Oh
left
my
it.
God.
They don't like to talk, and nobody ever talked about it.
What?
You know, and we
So
like
they just hop over this red like stain.
just go over
Yeah.
there,
Right,
and there would be this
yeah.
blood stain,
Yeah.
and then you just
Yeah.
walk by. Nobody would do anything.
Yeah.
They didn't even move the couch over to cover it.
Oh my God. That's what it is.
They just don't talk about problems.
They don't. Like, because when I was growing up, my parents my relatives thought I was dead.
Yeah.
But they just would never talk about me because I was such a fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't want to, they're not real in that way.
Yeah.
Or confrontational in that way, you know? Like when I already talked about, like when I told my dad that I was molested
Yeah.
at rehab, he laughed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they just don't know how to
They don't know how to
Handle
deal with it, yeah.
They don't know how to. They have no tools, and when so there's like a therapist trying to get them to equip themselves with tools or to talk about even that process, they can't.
Yeah. But why is that? Because it's obviously it's cultural, right?
Yeah, it's cultural.
But what are they in Korea? There's no therapy?
No, there's mental health. There's homes. Like I have a cousin who's continually tried to commit suicide, and then like her mother just moved into the hospital with her. Like it was like we're not going to deal with this in therapy. Like I'm just going to also be crazy too and try to pretend I'm more crazy than you. Like it's like this
Oh my God.
crazy, really crazy thing. The mom
Yeah.
actually died just recently. Like
Oh,
the
wow.
stress level of
Oh
it
my God.
was so intense. And then my mom couldn't even really talk about her at the funeral. Like my mom said, she looked very pretty. That's kind of all they can say.
Yeah.
You know, there's emotional pain, of course, but they can deal with it by getting drunk and crying. And then there's sad Korean movies and these concepts of revenge,
Right.
but not real like therapy.
Why is revenge? Because they made those series of movies about revenge, like
It's
Old
all-
Boy and all those, like
Yeah.
the other one, Mrs. Snow, something or other. But like, there's a lot of revenge movies out of Korea.
Because there's no concept of getting through it with tools or
Yeah.
therapy.
Or forgiveness, even.
No forgiveness, only revenge.
Oh, wow.
Jesus, skip forgiveness.
Yeah, it's
So
all
different.
revenge based because that's the only way they can do to equalize the situation.
Speaking of Korean movies, Margaret, if you haven't already seen The Wailing, you have to.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's
It's a
so
really strange-
good.
It's set in rural Korea, and it's
so
you have
good.
devils and shamans and zombies and just about everything.
Everything,
But
in
it's
it.
funny.
It's no, it's not. No, but you said it in the wrong. I love you, and it's a great movie. But the devils and zombies are interpretations, but it's played really dark and real.
Oh, okay.
It's very real, right?
Very
And-
long movie though,
and
2.5 hours.
It's a little too long, but it's riveting every step of the way.
Is it in the CGV cinema?
No,
It's
iTunes.
on
Get it on
iTunes,
iTunes.
yeah.
Oh, good.
It's on DVD now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I have to see it.
Yeah, it got 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Goksung?
It went to the Cannes Film Festival, so it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's an indie, right? Yeah.
That's an indie.
Oh, it's not.
Fox did it. Fuckface.
Oh.
Does that sound indie to you, man?
Yeah, because it was at Cannes.
No, Cannes doesn't have indie. They just put in good movies. It's a film festival.
I have to see it.
France. Yeah.
Very
sounds
good.
No,
great.
but but Cannes. Let's just stop. Sorry, George.
No, there's indies that have gone there.
I know some, right? But it's
Yeah.
not an indie
I
festival.
was asking if it was indie.
Okay,
It's like-
can we move on to the
Yeah,
next
sorry.
question?
I mean,
You're
he
fighting.
just says things that just like doesn't make any fucking sense. Indie? Is it an indie?
I've asked how
No,
much
it's
it
not
was.
a fucking
How much
indie.
was the movie?
What?
How much was it?
Millions of dollars because it's a fucking movie. Fuckface.
Then it could be indie if it's under 5.
It looks expensive.
Okay, then
It
yeah.
looks indie.
Yeah.
If you ever say indie again in the next 2 weeks, right, I'm gonna rip your eyes out.
Get cast in an indie film.
All right. So is there another email?
Yeah, do you want another one?
One more.
Hello, my name is Karina. I'm 26 years old. I met this super amazing guy over the summer. I think I'm in love. The last 6 months have been pretty awesome. I'm ready to make it official. However, he recently moved back to Arizona for work. The long distance relationship option was basically not an option in his book. Heartbreak emoji. We still talk every day and it feels like we're dating. Everyone thinks I should move on, but honestly, I feel like I'm not ready to give up yet. What should I do? Move on? Confess my love again? Please help.
If that's a girl talking. I know what the guy's doing.
Fucking.
No, I think the guy is like, he's in a different city. He doesn't want. Let me say something right now. If I get a job, a TV show in Atlanta, and I have to live there part of the year, I'm not bringing it up with Khalyla because I want this to work.
We've
right?
also been together 3
doesn't-
fucking years. You can't just, up and leave me with 4 animals.
I know, but even.
They need food.
But the point, even if when I first met you, then bitch.
I love you. I love you.
I mean, I can't even fucking. You understand what I'm saying?
Bodyguard.
I mean, she wants to get hit or something.
God.
I would never hit her, Margaret.
I know.
I'm a
Good
cosmopolitan man.
Okay, so you're working in Atlanta. Finish the story.
And I would be like now, if I wanted to like see other people,
Yeah.
I would say this, baby. Yeah, I just think I want to concentrate on my job, the show. So I just think that
You're not going to be like forthcoming and say, hey, like,
no,
this is-
no, that's what I'm saying.
You don't think
That's
I
what-
deserve the
I'm
blunt
not-
truth?
God,
Therapy.
I'm not saying that I would do it. I'm just saying that that's what this guy's doing. This
I
guy
see.
is going. He doesn't like her.
Yeah, I mean, if you got to just move on. You can't just if it's not like he's gonna make some effort to try to make it work as a long distance relationship. It's not really,
Yeah.
And
all he's securing is pussy for when he comes back to that
Yeah.
city to you.
Yeah.
That's all he's securing. He's not securing anything. He doesn't want more than that. He's just making sure that you're still willing to fuck should he stumble onto your city,
right.
in the future.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Sorry, Karina. She was also at the live podcast.
Oh,
Karina,
okay. Yeah, just get out of it.
Oh, I like
Get
her.
out.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Get out, Karina.
All right, that's
All
our
right.
questions.
So do we have to plug? You want to plug anything,
Any
Margaret?
shows?
I don't know what am I doing? Oh, I'm going to Hawaii with Bill Maher.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
For
you guys
New
are doing a show
Year's.
together
Yeah,
at
for
New Year's? Oh my God!
So
are you
we're-
going?
We're doing Oahu and Maui, so it should be good.
You know how much fun you're gonna have there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love doing shows there. It's so
Yeah,
great.
I love
We should go
doing
there
shows
together.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
That'd be great.
Here's what I want to throw out to you. I want to try one. It is not a tour, just one show at some place. It could be Hawaii, where it's kind of a deal, like an Asian. I want to try one with Margaret, me, if Ken wants to do it, Ali Wong.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and Steve Byrne,
Yeah.
maybe Joe Coy, because he's and just do one night of a big thing,
Huge Asian
Yeah,
show.
that'd
a
be great.
huge Asian show.
Yeah.
I'm going to this next year work on that.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be fun.
And I want to do a round of applause for Margaret for your name.
Thank you. I love you.
so much.
I love you so much.
And happy holidays, anyone listening. And
Not there yet. We're still like 3 weeks
doesn't
out.
matter. Happy holidays if anyone's listening. And God willing, your heart will go to the other lands.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just made it up.
We make a lot of quotes up.
Okay.
I make up quotes.
Yeah.
Good.
Forgive yourself.
Do you have any shows?
What?
Any shows?
I'm in Irvine.
January 13th.
Ooh,
and
January
15th.
13th.
Michael Rosenbaum.
With
Oh,
Michael
good.
Michael
Rosenbaum.
Rosenbaum. So Rosenbaum. You know Michael Rosenbaum? He was in Smallville.
Yeah.
He played Lex Luthor. He was our guest 2 weeks ago. And I think he's naturally funny.
So funny.
And so I said, you should do stand-up. He's like, where? I go, open for me. But he opened for Harland over the weekend.
To
Oh, good.
I love it.
practice.
Practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
And he
good.
killed, apparently.
Oh,
There
that's
you go.
great.
He'll be good then.
And now he's addicted. So
Oh,
he'll
good.
definitely be there in Irvine. Bye.
Bye.
Make sure you follow us on TigerBelly and Instagram at TigerBelly, on Twitter at the TigerBelly, and email us any questions like the folks from today at thetigerbelly@gmail.com. Anything else, Khalyla?
No, that's it. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Cukutukan ku pakai Cikumula kau dapat kami ulubi Buruk kaya kapak di dulu ma Syukurlah kumala ye Cukutukan ku pakai Cikumula kau dapat kami ulubi Buruk kaya kapak di dulu